for the most part, the response has been that it's something very drastically different from anything that I've tried to do before. And the feedback has been good so far. So yeah, fingers and toes crossed, because the film still has to release and hopefully people feel the same way once they watch the film. So I play from the range of 17 to about 45 years of age, and you know, it's the way that I would see it is not as a de-glam character, or was there any apprehension playing a de-glam character or any of that sort. That's not at all how I see it. I saw it purely as firstly as a very gripping and intriguing story based around a woman, a real life character, and then I saw it as a very, very challenging role to play. So I looked at it purely as an absolutely wonderful and thrilling opportunity as an actor to get. And I was very thrilled that Apu thought of me for this character. No, actually I wasn't, and I came to know about her through my brother, because he had signed the film earlier, before I got on board, and that's how I came to know about her actually. Of course, physically I had to look as close to Haseena Parkar as I could, and as much as possible. So we used a different base for makeup. I had to wear dark brown lenses. We used prosthetics as the character grows up more and more. And I gained about 7 to 8 kilos for the film, as much as I could, as much as possible for me. And of course we had to also take help of prosthetics and body padding as well, because that's the way Haseena Parkar looked as she grew older, yes. And I spent time with her family as well, trying to understand how she was as a person, and you know, hearing stories from her family members about her. But of course, Apu and Chintan, our dialogue writer, they had spent a lot of time with Haseena Parkar, so they had actual face-to-face interaction with her, so they had a better understanding as well, and so they shared all of that with me as well, and you know, entirely guided and paved the way to play this character on the big screen. No, actually, we're not taking any one kind of perspective towards her story at all. I think one of the things that I really felt was a fabulous approach towards showing her story on the big screen was that Apu made sure that he showed the perspective from her side as well, from the side of the law as well, the police officers as well, because he did have that as a part of his research. So we're keeping it a very broad perspective when we're showing her story, not leaning towards any kind of side, not leaning towards influencing the viewer's opinion in any way when they watch the film. They will be free to decide themselves once they watch the film what their opinion is. I feel like, as I said, you know, when you're showing a film about a character, we're showing it in a way where after the research has been done, you know, you show it from all the points of view. You don't show it from one point of view. You show it in a way where the audience is completely free to make their own judgments, and is completely free to decide what they feel about the character and about the film. What we're showing is the true accounts that happened in Haseena Parkar's life, and without trying to tell the audience that they need to feel a certain way or they don't. By the end of it, they will be free to absolutely decide what they feel about the film. And of course, at the end of the day, it is also you're chronicling somebody's life on the big screen. It's a movie, you know. It is an experience that, you know, people will come to the theaters to watch, and they will be free to decide what they feel about it. I feel pressure for all my films actually, because I think being a part of films in general is such a big responsibility. Being a part of cinema, you have an audience which will pay to come into the theatre to watch your film. So, and each film has been made with a lot of hard work, not just of the actors who are in front of the camera, but by every single team member, over months and days, and then the fate of the film is decided over a weekend. So the pressure's always there. It's always there, and it's a huge responsibility that you do not want to disappoint the audiences, and you really hope that the work that everybody has put into the film gets appreciated. I think the challenges are different, and for whether you're playing a fictional character or when you're playing a real life character. Of course, when you are playing a real life character, the endeavor is to try to be as true to the real character as possible, and to represent that character as sincerely and truly on the big screen. So but there is pressure all the time, whether it's a fictional character or even if it's a real life character. Whatever Apu sir has decided to show in the film is all based on true events, and everything that's happened and everything that's being shown in the film has actually happened in her life. So of course, aside from where you do use a creative medium like a romantic song to depict certain emotions, etc., that's where I guess you take the creative liberty. But at the same time, you are depicting a real emotion that did occur, the romance between her and her husband. So we actually had to create a set of Nagpada where she lived and where she grew up, so that there could be a lot more control for the filming of those certain scenes, But the sets were so close to reality that it actually felt like we were shooting there. Of course, we did shoot at some real locations as well, which brings its own flavor and brings its own feel when you are at a real location as well. But when you have such fabulous set directors and such a fabulous team to actually make you feel like you are at a real location, that's exactly what happened as well. Yeah. Oh, it was amazing working with him. He has been researching for this film for about 2 or 3 years, and he's so close to the film and so close to Haseena Parkar. He met her, he spent time with her, he spent time developing the script. So I can't even imagine how much closer this is to him, to his heart, because I came on board after he had gotten so involved with the film, So it's been absolutely amazing working with him, absolutely amazing. He's just so positive on set all the time, and I think that that's a really big quality to have. I don't think I'll ever be able to explain it in words what it's like to work with my real life sibling on the big screen. But it felt completely surreal. It felt like, oh my God, I'm actually acting with my real brother. He's being my real life brother as well. Very, very special to have shared this with him. I do relate to my character in quite a few ways actually. I feel like Haseena Parkar was very close to her family, and I'm very close to my family. And my family is very dear to me. And in the same manner, her family was very dear to her as well. And just I would say also, that natural protective instinct that you have towards your family, I can relate to that aspect, yes. The USP, I guess, would be for the audience to decide. I hope that everybody walks away after seeing the film saying that, it's a good film that we watched. We're chronicling a real life character's life on the big screen. They're all true events that everybody is going to be seeing on the big screen. So it's entirely up to the audience to decide. Yeah. My expectations from Haseena Parkar are pretty much just like with every other film. Fingers and toes are crossed, hoping that it does really well. So I hope that happens. Why I feel everyone should watch Haseena Parkar is because it's a real life story of this character who's been through a lot in her life, and it is a moving story. So if you like the promos and you like the trailers and you like the songs, then I would say please go and watch it.